It's time for the Greg Gibson Show. Find out each week what's going on inside Perry Central Commodore football. Exclusively on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Roseburg Communications.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
And welcome to this week's Greg Gibson Show. And Coach, last week you traveled down to Paley to take on the Paley Rams, where you came out a 49-26 victor. Go on to recap that game for us.
Yeah, it was a game that really, honestly, it was kind of surprising to even us coaches. The kids came out and just really kind of dominated the first quarter. Sawyer Gilliam went 61 yards or something like that on the very first play of the game. We kind of came out and defense held them. We got the ball back and we scored on the very next play. We ran 2 plays and we're up 14-0. And then really the first half we just kind of kept going that way. We just kind of took over a little bit, and I think it was 35-8 at halftime or something like that. And then in the second half we kept the ball on the ground. I thought our offense course of the game, they came off the ball well. The game plan, they did the game plan right to a T. And everybody, there was just a lot of names you can throw out there, but everybody went out there and did their job. And so it was a total team effort. Paley's a good ball team. The score is really not indicative to who they are, because they're definitely a good ball team. And we just really had a great night and just did what we wanted to do most of the time.
And I'll tell you what, it's already going to be the 5th week of the season. This season's just flying past.
Oh, I know it. And we actually talked about that yesterday at practice. We were kind of in a little downtime. We were talking to the seniors, and you guys realize you're already halfway through, and they were like, it's just crazy how fast. You sit around in January and in the summer, and you get everything. And we're already to midway point. We've got the back half of our schedule coming at us. It's a lot of conference games. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting.
With Spencer Gilliam with 870 yards, I'd say it's a pretty safe bet he's going to make it to 1,000 yards this season.
I don't know. We're going to knock on wood. I'm not going to count our chickens, but yeah, he's a good kid. He works hard in the weight room. He works hard with his offensive line. And offensive line, being experienced as they are this year, I think is a big part of that. But Sawyer's just, when you watch him play, he's hard and hose runner. A lot of times you'll have guys that can run hard or be quick. He can do a little both. He doesn't mind running over people, and he gets outside, it's hard to catch him. So I think that took the Paley a little bit by surprise also. I'm not sure they knew how quick he was.
And with week 5 already coming, the sectional draw is going to be here before you know it.
Oh, I know it. And it's going to be interesting. We played. That's one of the good things I think about our schedule. We have played quite a few sectional opponents already, and we've handled most of them. So our kids got to feel a little bit of confidence, even though we're moved up to 2A, that they know they can play in that sectional. And I'm hoping the other teams are taking a little bit of notice too.
And I think some of the coaches are noticing in media, because in the AP poll this week, you're ranked 13th.
Yeah, that's what I heard that earlier, and that's good for the kids. The kids need the recognition. They've worked hard, and I'm sure they like looking up there. As far as coaches go, it doesn't really mean a whole lot till you get to playoffs, but it is nice for the kids. They can recognize that hard work's paying off, and people around are kind of taking notice. And they were excited when they heard the news earlier in the week.
And we're back on the Greg Gibson Show right after these messages from our sponsors. You're listening to the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosmer Communications.
When you think sporting goods, think no further than All Star Sports in Ferdinand. Custom embroidery, screen printing, team uniforms, sports equipment, and sports apparel and shoes. We have it all. Give Brad a call today at 812-367-1618 or visit them in the Country Plaza Shopping Center in Ferdinand. All Star Sports is open Monday through Friday 10 to 7 and Saturday 9 to 4. All Star Sports, when you're thinking sporting goods.
This is the most important, amazingest game ever played in the universe. The pitcher is fierce. Danny Roberts is up at bat. And the crowd goes wild. He just won the game. Let's go! Yes!
We protect the car you drive.
Go get him, Danny.
And the dreams that drive you. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
And welcome back to the Greg Gibson Show, and we're joined by Athletic Director Ray James of the Prairie Central Commodores. How you doing today, Coach?
Hey, I'm doing really good, Joe. Thanks for allowing me to be on your show. I'm excited about it.
And, you know, we're going to go to the fall sports that are going on right now at Prairie Central. And, I know we do the Greg Gibson Show, but also you've got cross-country volleyball going on. So why don't you kind of give us an overview on how those sports are going so far this year?
Okay, yeah, sure. Let's start out with our cross country, our boys and girls cross country teams. Got out of the gate really well. Our girls are competing, and they're getting better as the season goes on. Our boys really took off. Ended up winning the Pioneer Invitational down at Boonville early in the season. Ran in a really big meet up at Brown County. I think 70-some teams. I know they did different classifications, and we placed second in the Class A division. Not really familiar with what all teams were in that, but our coach seemed really excited about it. Our boys have really taken off here and run well. Our coach says they are packing well together and improving times. So they're looking forward to continuing that success and maybe have with a little bit of luck and some success here with the conference and the sectional over Jasper coming up in about a month. So.
And I know you've also got volleyball, and I'll tell you what, I know that the Prairie Center volleyball has always been thought of very highly.
Yeah, our volleyball team is they've put in a ton of hours, and we have a senior class that has some talent, and they've been providing some good leadership for us and pulling some young girls along with them, and we've had some really quality matches where we played really well and beaten some teams. We played in a couple of tough tourneys, and so we have a few losses on our record, but our coach feels really confident that playing competition at that level will only make us stronger and hopefully get us ready for a conference run at the end. We've got Springs Valley, who's a Class A power in southern Indiana and has kind of ruled our conference for the last 4 or 5 years, and we would like to, at the end of the year, be able to give them a run and see what we can do there. And then, of course, our sectional is very competitive with Forest Park, Tell City, North Posey's probably going to be coming in the favorite. They won it last year. I think they even went to semi-state, and they bring a really strong team back. But we're excited. Perry Central gets to host that this year, so we're bringing the sectional, volleyball sectional back to Perry Central since the mid-1990s. So excited about that. Coach is trying to get the girls ready for it, and I think they're up for the challenge to at least make things interesting here at the end of the year.
And with football, you've got Greg Gibson. Volleyball, you got Melissa James. Boys basketball, you got Jeff Littleton. That's just to name a few of the coaches. It seems like you got an all-star lineup, and from what I gather, you recently hired a new baseball coach.
Yes, yeah, we had an opportunity this summer to look at our baseball program and see where we wanted to go with it. Our coach before that did a nice job. Won the conference 2 years ago. Was second in the conference last year. Had an 11-1 record in the PLAC. So he did some really nice things, but for personal reasons needed to step down and kind of take a break here. And we had an opportunity to hire a young man. His name's Ryan Hoover. Has a lot of baseball knowledge. Very excitable. I call him a kid, because he's probably could be my kid, but he's a really good young man. Coaches in the travel ball circuit with the Spikes program over in Du Bois County, and a lot of our parents are familiar with him. He's coached several of our younger kids in some different leagues and stuff, so it seemed like a good fit for us to have somebody young and enthusiastic come in that kind of had a relationship with some families already, and I'm really hopeful that he can build on that, and we can continue to build on the success of the baseball program. We have some young talent coming through, and a good feeder program with our youth baseball. So I think with the right person and an opportunity, we can make a run at baseball too. So excited about it.
Well, Ray, good luck this season to the Perry Central Commodores, and we wish you guys many sectional and conference championships.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, we're coaches are working hard. I'm proud of them.
And we're back around on the Greg Gibson Show after these messages from our sponsors. You're listening to the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brothers Communications.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get.
And welcome back to the Greg Gibson Show. And Coach, I'll tell you what, when you realize that Ray James is at the top of the Perry Central Athletic Department, I understand why people like you and Jeff Littleton are being hired, quality coaches.
Oh, yeah, Ray's a great guy. I mean, Ray's he's definitely devoted to Perry Central sports. He's been out here his whole life. Super easy to work with. You know, when I go to him and with any kind of problem or any kind of need, he sits down and we work things out, and it's been a joy to work with. And you know, he's a big football fan, so he's always kind of stopping in and just seeing what's going on if we need anything. And so it is. You're right. It's a lot easier to work with somebody like that you know is in your corner.
And this week, it must be a theme for the week because I think you're at least the second coach show where this week's going to be the battle of the undefeated. While Tecumseh has traveled down to Perry County to Perry Central to play the Perry Central Commodores. And why don't you preview that game for us?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a fun game. I would expect there to be a lot of attention on this area on Friday night. We got two undefeated teams. Both teams are quality. We watched a lot of tape on them. They come off I think it's going to be one of the better lines, offensive, defensive lines we've seen. They come off the ball really well. Got some quality backs at little number 25. He's been around. Seems like he's been around forever. I'm sure they're saying the same thing about Sawyer Gilliam, but he seems like we played that guy forever, and he's a quality back. He runs with power and he runs with speed. The quarterback's having a nice year. DuPont kid. He can throw the ball around a little bit. So it's going to be a fun game. We've told the kids this is the kind of games that you kind of, when you're lifting weights and stuff in the winter, you kind of think about playing. It's going to come down to who doesn't make the least amount of mistakes and who can do what they want to do, whose game plan can be executed. And we've had a great week of practice, and the kids are pumped. And I think it's going to be, like I said, if you get a chance to get down this way, I think it'd be well worth a ticket to watch this game this week.
Well, Coach, good luck this week.
All right, thank you.
You've been listening to the Greg Gibson Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Bros for Communications. We'll see you next week.